I slide 3 white envelopes across the dining table, and the silence in the room feels like a held breath. My children, all 3 of them, lean forward like wolves spotting prey. "Mom, is this?" my youngest starts to ask. I nod. "The house sold. This is your share." Their faces light up. My daughter reaches for her envelope first, of course. She always does. The mahogany table between us has seen 40 years of family dinners, birthdays, holidays, arguments, apologies. Now it's just a dividing line between what they want and what I need. $150,000 each, I say, my voice steadier than I feel. The house sold for $900,000. My oldest son, always the quick one with numbers, looks up sharply. "Wait, that's only $450,000 total." "Yes. Where's the rest?" I take a sip of my coffee. My hands are shaking, but I won't let them see. I'm keeping it, for my retirement. The room goes so quiet I can hear the kitchen clock ticking. My daughter's smile freezes on her face. It's like watching ice crack across a windshield, slow, then all at once. "You're what?" "I'm 67 years old. I need to think about my future, too." "Your future?" She lets out a laugh that sounds like breaking glass. "Mom, we thought." "You thought what?" I meet her eyes. "That I'd give you everything?" My middle son hasn't said a word yet. He just stares at his envelope like it might bite him. "This is unbelievable." My daughter pushes her chair back. "We've been planning, we expected." "Expected what, sweetheart?" Her jaw tightens. I haven't seen that look since she was 16 and I told her she couldn't have the car. "We expected you to be fair." "Fair?" The word tastes bitter. Is $150,000 not fair? "Not when you're keeping half." Her voice rises. The family photos on the wall behind her seem to judge me, all those smiling faces from Christmases past when things were simpler. When they still looked at me like I was a person, not a bank account. My oldest son finally speaks. "Mom, did you talk to anyone about this? Maybe Patricia?" "Patricia's my lawyer. She helped me make the decision." "A lawyer?" He shakes his head. "Of course, they got to you." "Nobody got to me. I'm fully capable of making my own decisions." "Are you, though?" My daughter leans forward. Her eyes are cold now. "Because this doesn't sound like you. This sounds like someone who's been influenced." The word hangs in the air like an accusation. "Influenced." I repeat it slowly. "Is that what we're calling it when I don't do exactly what you want?" "Don't twist this around." She slams her hand on the table. The envelopes jump. "You're being selfish." There it is. The word I knew was coming. Selfish. 40 years of sacrifice, and I'm selfish for keeping half of my own house money. "I worked 2 jobs after your father's business failed," I say quietly. "I paid for your wedding when his family backed out. Remember that? $47,000 for one day." Her face flushes. "You offered—" "I did. And I'd do it again. But that doesn't mean I'm a bottomless well." My middle son finally picks up his envelope. His hands are shaking. "Maybe we should all just take a breath, talk about this calmly." There's nothing to talk about. My oldest son stands. His chair scrapes against the hardwood floor, a sound like nails on a chalkboard. She's already made up her mind. "Please, sit down. Let's—" "No." He looks at me, and I don't recognize the person looking back. "You know what, Mom? Dad would be ashamed of you." The words hit like a slap. My husband, their father, the man who died 3 years ago and left me drowning in grief and medical bills they knew nothing about because I didn't want to burden them. "Don't you dare," I whisper. "He would be. He always said family comes first. He'd hate what you're doing right now." My daughter stands too. She's right to say it. I don't even know who you are anymore." "I'm your mother." "Are you?" She grabs her purse. "Because my mother wouldn't hoard money while her children struggle." "Struggle?" I look at her designer bag, her Mercedes keys sitting on the table. "Is that what you call it? You have no idea what our expenses are. I know you just got back from Turks and Caicos." Her mouth opens, closes. We needed a vacation. We all need things. I stand now too. My knees ache. They always do. The difference is, I actually need this money. For doctors, for living, for not being a burden to you later. So this is about control, my oldest son says. You want to hold it over our heads. I want to survive. My voice cracks. Is that so terrible? My middle son is the only one still sitting. He looks between his siblings and me like he's watching his family disintegrate in real time. Because he is. I think we should go, my daughter says. Her voice is ice now, pure ice. Before we say things we can't take back. Too late for that, I murmur. She grabs her envelope. I'm taking this, but don't think this is over. What does that mean? She doesn't answer. Just heads for the door, her heels clicking against the floor like a countdown. My oldest son follows. He pauses at the doorway, looks back. For a moment, I think he might apologize, might see me as a person again. We'll be in touch, he says. Then he's gone. My middle son finally stands. He's the baby 42 years old, and I still see him as the little boy who used to crawl into bed during thunderstorms. Mom, He stops, shakes his head. I need to think. About what? About all of this. He won't meet my eyes. I need time. He leaves his envelope on the table. The door closes behind him. I'm alone. The house is so quiet I can hear my own heartbeat. 3 envelopes on the mahogany table. 3 children who just walked out of my life because I dared to keep what's mine. I pick up my coffee cup. It's gone cold. On the wall, in the family photo from 5 years ago, we're all smiling. My husband's arm is around my waist. The kids are pressed close. We look happy. We look like strangers. My phone buzzes. A text message. Then another. Then another. I don't look. Instead, I sit in the silence of this too big house and realize that selling it won't make it less empty. Because empty isn't about space. It's about who fills it. And right now, nobody does. The door clicks shut behind my youngest son, and the silence crashes over me like a wave. I stand in the dining room, staring at the 3 envelopes. 2 taken, 1 abandoned. They don't remember. That's the problem. They don't remember any of it. I walk to the kitchen sink, rinse my cold coffee down the drain. My reflection stares back at me in the window, 67 years old. Gray hair I stopped dyeing 2 years ago. Lines around my eyes that tell stories my children never bothered to read. The house creaks around me. It always does. Old bones settling, just like mine. I remember when we bought this place. 1987. The kids were small then, still believed I could fix anything with a kiss and a Band-Aid. My husband carried me over the threshold, even though we'd been married 10 years. New beginning, he said. Some beginning. I walk through the living room, trailing my fingers along the wall. There's a mark here, crayon, never quite scrubbed out from when my middle son decided the wall was a better canvas than paper. I was so angry. Now I'd give anything to see him that young again, that innocent. Before he learned to look at me and see dollar signs. My feet carry me upstairs without thinking. Muscle memory. How many times have I climbed these stairs? Thousands? Tens of thousands? How many times carrying laundry, groceries, sick children in the middle of the night? I pass my daughter's old room. The door's open. It's a guest room now, has been for 20 years, but I still see her teenage self sprawled on the bed, phone glued to her ear, rolling her eyes at everything I said. You don't understand, Mom. You don't understand anything. Maybe I didn't then. But I understand now. I sink onto my bed, the bed I used to share, and close my eyes. The memories come whether I want them or not. 1994. My husband's business partner embezzled everything. Everything. One day we're planning a vacation to Disney World. The next day we're 48 hours from bankruptcy. I see myself younger, not yet gray, sitting at this same kitchen table with bills spread out like accusations. I'll figure it out, I told him. I always do. 2 jobs. That's what it took. Nursing shifts at the hospital during the day. Waitressing at Frank's Diner at night. I'd come home at 2 a.m. smelling like grease and coffee, and my husband would pretend to be asleep because the shame was eating him alive. The kids never knew. They got their new shoes, their school trips, they're normal. I got varicose veins and chronic back pain. I open my eyes. The ceiling fan spins slowly above me. They don't remember that year. My oldest was 16. My daughter was 13. My youngest was 10. Old enough to notice their mother was never home, but young enough not to ask why. Or maybe they just didn't care to ask. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. I ignore it. 2008. My daughter's wedding. She came to me crying, actually crying because her fiancé's parents backed out of paying their half. Some family emergency. Some excuse. What am I going to do, Mom? We've already booked everything. The venue, the flowers, the photographer. We'll lose all the deposits. I looked at my savings account. The one I'd been rebuilding, slowly, painfully, for 14 years. $52,000. The wedding cost $47,000. I wrote the check. "You're the best, Mom," she said, hugging me. "I'll pay you back. I promise." She never did. At the wedding, her mother-in-law thanked me for being so generous. Like it was nothing. Like I was rich and just throwing money around for fun. My daughter didn't correct her. The phone buzzes again. Then again. I sit up, my back protesting. Through the window, I can see the neighbor's house. Their lights are on. Family movie night, probably. I can see shadows moving behind the curtains. I turn away. 2015. My oldest son showed up at my door at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. His eyes were red, his hands were shaking. "I need help," he said. Gambling debts. $30,000. Men calling his house. His wife threatening to leave. "Please, Mom. I know I messed up. I know. But I can't lose my family. I took out a loan against this house, the house I'm now selling because I need to survive." He paid me back exactly $2,000. Then the payments stopped. When I asked about it, he got defensive. "I'm struggling, Mom. You want me to starve?" I never asked again. I walked to the dresser. There's a photo here, my wedding day. I'm 23, he's 25. We look like children playing dress-up. He's been gone 3 years. Sometimes I'm angry at him for leaving me alone with this, with them. But mostly I miss him so much I can't breathe. Would he be ashamed of me? Like my son said? No. He'd be ashamed of them. My phone buzzes 3 times in rapid succession. I finally pick it up. It's a group text. I can see my children's names at the top. But I'm not included in the chat. I'm just copied, somehow. A glitch, maybe. Or someone added me accidentally and hasn't noticed yet. My daughter's message is first. "We need to talk about getting Mom evaluated for dementia." My stomach drops. My oldest son responds, "Agreed. This isn't normal behavior. She's not thinking clearly." My youngest, "I don't know. She seemed pretty clear to me." My daughter, "That's what dementia looks like in the early stages. They seem fine but make irrational decisions. We need to protect her. And honestly, protect the estate. Protect the estate." I read it again. And again. They're not worried about me. They're worried about the money. My hands shake so hard, I almost drop the phone. Another message pops up from my daughter. "I'm calling Dr. Harrison tomorrow. He specializes in elder care. If we can get a diagnosis, we can get power of attorney. Then we can fix this mess before she does something worse." My oldest son, "Good idea. Keep me posted." The phone slips from my fingers onto the bed. They think I'm crazy. No, they want me to be crazy. Because if I'm incompetent, they can take control. Take everything. Take what's left of me. I walk to the window and stare out at the darkening sky. 40 years in this house. 40 years of sacrifice. And this is what I get. My reflection stares back at me from the glass, a ghost of a woman who gave everything and ended up with nothing but suspicion and greed. I pick up my phone again. My finger hovers over my daughter's contact. I could call, could confront her, could scream until my voice gives out. But what would it change? They've already decided who I am. The villain, the crazy old woman, the obstacle between them and their inheritance. I scroll through my contacts instead. Stop at one name. Patricia Chen. My lawyer. I press call. She answers on the second ring. Hello? Patricia, I say, my voice surprisingly steady. I need to see you first thing tomorrow morning. Of course. Is everything all right? I look at the group text, still glowing on my screen. No, I say, but it will be. Patricia's office smells like leather and old books. I used to find it comforting. Today, it feels like a fortress. Show me, she says, settling into the chair across from her desk. I hand her my phone. The group text is still there, glowing like evidence at a crime scene. She reads in silence. Her face doesn't change, lawyers are good at that, but I see her jaw tighten. When did you receive this? She asks. Last night, around 8. And they don't know you can see it? I don't think so. Someone must have added me by accident. I laugh, but it sounds hollow. Ironic, right? They're so busy plotting against me, they can't even work their phones properly. Patricia sets my phone down carefully, like it might explode. This is unfortunately common. Common? Adult children contesting their parents' financial decisions, especially when inheritance doesn't match expectations. She leans back. I've seen it dozens of times. Good people turn into strangers when money's involved. These aren't strangers, they're my children. Are they? She meets my eyes. When's the last time any of them visited you without needing something? The question hits like a punch. I open my mouth, close it. Try to remember. My daughter's last visit, she needed me to babysit so she could go to a spa weekend. My oldest son, he wanted me to co-sign a car lease for his teenager. My youngest, actually, he came for my birthday, stayed for 20 minutes, checked his phone the entire time. I can't remember, I whisper. Patricia nods. She's not surprised. They see you as a resource, not a person. And now that you're acting like a person making decisions for yourself, they need to delegitimize you. By calling me crazy. By suggesting you're incompetent, yes. She pulls a legal pad toward her. The dementia angle is classic. It's easier to prove than outright manipulation, and it makes them look caring instead of greedy. My stomach turns. Can they actually do this? Get me evaluated against my will? Not without cause, but they can try. They can schedule appointments, pressure you to attend, even petition a court if they claim you're a danger to yourself. She pauses. The good news is you're not incompetent. We have the psychiatric evaluation they themselves arranged. Remember? Dr. Harrison declared you sharp as a tack. That was 3 days ago. Exactly. Which means any claim of sudden cognitive decline will look suspicious. She writes something down. But we need to be proactive. Defensive isn't enough. What do you mean? Patricia looks at me, really looks at me like she's measuring something. How far are you willing to go? What are you asking? I'm asking if you're ready to protect yourself. Legally. Completely. She slides a folder across the desk. Because once we start down this road, there's no going back. Your relationship with your children will change permanently. I think about the group text, the cold calculation in my daughter's words. Protect the estate. I think it's already changed, I say quietly. Patricia opens the folder. Inside are documents, legal forms, pages and pages of them. This is a complete revision of your estate plan. New will, new power of attorney, medical directives, everything. She taps the first page. Right now, your oldest son is listed as your power of attorney if you become incapacitated. My blood runs cold. I forgot about that. Most people do. It's set up decades ago and never updated. She pulls out another form. This revokes that. Assigns power of attorney to me, your lawyer, or to a neutral third party. Someone who won't have a financial interest in your incapacitation. You think they'd actually... I think people do terrible things when they believe they're entitled. She doesn't sugarcoat it. Your daughter is already talking about getting power of attorney. What do you think happens if she succeeds? I imagine it. My daughter controlling my bank accounts, my medical decisions, my life. Putting me in a home so she can sell this house faster. What else? I ask. Patricia flips through the documents. We can establish a trust. Put your assets in it. That way, even if they challenge your competency, The money is protected, distributed according to your wishes, not theirs. Can I change how much they get? It's your money. You can leave them everything, nothing, or anything in between. She pauses. What are you thinking? I look at the papers. My whole life, reduced to legal language and signatures. I'm thinking about 1,994, I say. When their father's business collapsed and I worked 2 jobs so they wouldn't notice we were broke. Patricia waits. I'm thinking about my daughter's wedding, $47,000. She promised to pay me back. Did she? No. What else? My oldest son, gambling debts, $30,000. I took a loan against this house. My voice cracks. He paid back $2,000 and then just stopped. Patricia writes something down. These are loans, not gifts? He promised to repay me. Do you have anything in writing? I shake my head. He's my son. I trusted him. Trust is lovely. Documentation is better. She looks up. But this gives us a pattern. Financial dependence, repeated requests, broken promises. It supports the argument that they see you as a bank, not a mother. The words sting because they're true. So what do? I ask. Patricia closes the folder, folds her hands on top of it. You have options. We can keep the checks as they are $150,000 each. We can reduce the amounts based on outstanding debts. Or we can revoke them entirely and restructure your estate however you want. And the house money I'm keeping? Untouchable. It's yours. But we'll move it into the trust to protect it from any future legal challenges. My phone buzzes on the desk between us. I don't look at it. I know who it is. Here's what I need you to understand, Patricia says, her voice gentle now. Your children are preparing to fight. The dementia claim is just the opening move. If you don't act now, right now, they'll keep pushing. They'll make you doubt yourself. They'll isolate you. They'll convince everyone around you that you're not capable. But I am capable. I know that. You know that. But the court won't care about the truth if they build a convincing enough narrative. She taps the folder. This is how we control the narrative. I stare at the papers. My hands are shaking again. If I sign these, they'll hate me, I whisper. They already do, Patricia says. Not cruel, just honest. The question is whether you're going to let that destroy you or whether you're going to protect yourself. My phone buzzes again, then again. I pick it up. 3 new messages in the group chat I'm not supposed to see. My daughter, Dr. Harrison can see her Friday at 2 p.m. I told him about the money situation. He agrees it's concerning. My oldest son, perfect, we'll all go together, show a united front. My youngest, do we have to ambush her like this? My daughter, it's not an ambush, it's an intervention. She needs help whether she knows it or not. I set the phone down. Look at Patricia. Where do I sign? I ask. She smiles the first real smile since I arrived and opens the folder. Right here, she says, sliding the first document toward me. Let's make sure you're protected. I pick up the pen. My hand steadies. And I sign my name. Again. And again. And again. Each signature feels like taking back a piece of myself. When the last page is signed, Patricia gathers the documents. I'll file these today. By tonight, your estate will be protected, your power of attorney will be transferred, and your children will no longer have any legal claim to make decisions for you. What happens when they find out? They'll be angry. They'll accuse you of being manipulated, probably by me. She doesn't seem bothered. Let them. The law is on your side now. I stand to leave. My legs feel weak, but I'm still standing. At the door, I turn back. Patricia? Yes? That question you asked, about when they last visited without needing something. She waits. I still can't remember, I say. She nods slowly. That tells you everything you need to know. I'm halfway to my car when my phone rings. Not a text this time. An actual call. My daughter's name flashes on the screen. I stare at it. Watch it ring once, twice, 3 times. Then I answer. Hello? Mom. Her voice is bright. artificially sweet. How are you? I was just thinking about you. Liar. I'm fine, I say carefully. Listen, I know we left things a little tense the other day. I'm sorry about that. We were all just surprised, but we've had time to think, and we want to talk. Really talk. About what? About everything. About the house. About making sure you're taken care of. She pauses. Actually, I made you a doctor's appointment. Just a checkup, routine stuff. Friday at 2 p.m. We'll all come with you. Make a family day of it. Dr. Harrison. Just like the text said. The ambush. I don't need a checkup, I say. Mom, you're 67. When's the last time you saw a doctor? I'm fine. Just come. For us. Please? Her voice drops, turns pleading. We're worried about you. After what happened with the money, we just want to make sure you're okay. That's all. We love you. Protect the estate. Her words from the text echo in my mind. I can't Friday, I say. Why not? I have plans. Plans? What plans? I look back at Patricia's building, at the folder of documents in my hand. Personal ones, I say. Silence on the other end. Then, Mom, are you sure you're feeling all right? You're acting strange. There it is. The narrative beginning. I'm feeling perfectly clear, I say, and I need to go now. Wait. I hang up. Stand in the parking lot, breathing hard. My phone immediately starts buzzing, text after text. I don't read them. Instead, I open my contacts and do something I never thought I'd do. I block all 3 of my children's numbers. The silence that follows is terrifying and liberating. They're on my doorstep at 9 a.m. on Friday. I watch through the peephole all 3 of them, plus a man in a suit carrying a briefcase. Dr. Harrison. Has to be. I didn't answer their calls, didn't respond to their texts. For 2 days, I've been a ghost in my own life. And now they've come to drag me back. My daughter rings the doorbell again. Mom, we know you're in there. Your car's in the driveway. I step back from the door. My heart hammers against my ribs. Mom, please, we just want to talk. My oldest son now, his voice muffled through the wood. We're worried about you. Liar. But I can't hide forever. And Patricia told me, don't give them ammunition. If you refuse to engage, they'll use it as evidence you're unstable. I unlock the door. Open it. 4 faces stare back at me. My children look concerned, carefully arranged concern, like they practiced in the car. The man in the suit smiles professionally. There she is, my daughter says, stepping forward. Mom, you scared us. Why haven't you been answering your phone? I've been busy. Too busy for your own children? My oldest son's voice has an edge. That's not like you. Everything I do lately isn't like me. Funny how that works. Who's this? I ask, looking at the suited man. I'm Dr. Harrison. He extends his hand. I don't take it. Your daughter asked me to stop by, just to make sure everything's all right. I didn't ask for a house call. Mom, please. My daughter's voice turns syrupy. Can we just come in? 5 minutes, that's all we need. I should say no. Should close the door. Call Patricia. But they're my children, and some stupid, stubborn part of me still hopes I'm wrong about them. I step aside. They file in like an invasion force. My daughter heads straight for the living room, arranging herself on the sofa. My sons flank her. Doctor? Harrison hovers near the doorway, professional smile still plastered on his face. I remain standing. So, my oldest son says, we wanted to check in, see how you're doing, after everything. I'm fine. Are you? My daughter leans forward. Because honestly, Mom, we're concerned. The thing with the money keeping half for yourself, it just doesn't seem like you. Maybe you don't know me as well as you think. She flinches. Good. Dr. Harrison clears his throat. Perhaps I could ask a few questions. Nothing invasive, just a general wellness check. I don't need a wellness check. Mom, just let him ask. My youngest son finally speaks. He won't meet my eyes. What's the harm? The harm is they're trying to declare me incompetent. But I can't say that without admitting I saw their texts. Fine. I say. Ask. Dr. Harrison pulls out a clipboard. Can you tell me today's date? Friday, November 12th, 2025. And who's the current president? I tell him. Can you count backwards from 100 by sevens? 100, 93, 86, 79, 72. I pause. Should I keep going, or have I proven I'm not senile yet? My daughter's face tightens. Mom, don't be difficult. I'm not being difficult. I'm being tested like a child. No one's treating you like a child, my oldest son says. We're just worried. About me, or about your inheritance? Silence drops like a stone. Dr. Harrison shifts uncomfortably. Perhaps I should step outside. No, my daughter snaps. Then, softer. No, please stay. Mom, why would you say something like that? Because it's true. That's insane. Careful with that word, I say quietly, given why you're really here. My oldest son stands. What's that supposed to mean? It means I know why you brought a psychiatrist to my house unannounced. It means I know what you're trying to do. My daughter's face goes pale, then red. We're trying to help you. By declaring me incompetent? Who said anything about... You did. In your group text, Wednesday night at 8:47 p.m. I pull out my phone, read directly from the screen. We need to talk about getting Mom evaluated for dementia. The color drains from all three of their faces. You weren't supposed to see that, my youngest whispers. Clearly. I look at each of them. Is this what we've become? You plot against me in text messages and ambush me with doctors? It's not an ambush, my daughter's voice rises. You're making irrational decisions, keeping money that should go to your family. I am your family. You know what I mean. I know exactly what you mean. You mean yourselves, your bank accounts, your plans. I'm shaking now, but I don't stop. Did you think I wouldn't notice? That I'm too stupid or too old or too grateful to see what you're doing? My oldest son steps forward. Mom, listen to yourself. You're being paranoid. Paranoid? I have proof. I hold up my phone. You wanted to get power of attorney, to protect the estate. Those were your exact words. Dr. Harrison clears his throat again. He looks deeply uncomfortable. Perhaps this is a family matter that should be discussed privately. We needed him here as a witness, my daughter hisses at him. Then to me, fine, yes. We're concerned about your decision-making. We think you might need help managing your affairs. I'm managing perfectly well. Are you? My oldest son pulls out his own phone. You took out a home equity loan in 2015. You have credit card debt. Your retirement savings are minimal. And now you're hoarding $450,000 instead of helping your children who are struggling. Struggling? I laugh, and it sounds unhinged even to me. You drive a BMW, your daughter goes to private school, you just remodeled your kitchen for $80,000. That's different. How? How is it different? Because we have expenses, real expenses, mortgages and tuition and I have medical bills and prescriptions. And the fact that I'm 67 years old with no spouse and no safety net. My voice cracks. Or did you forget that your father died and left me with $200,000 in medical debt you know nothing about? They stare at me. What debt? My daughter asks. The debt I've been paying off for 3 years while you asked me to babysit and co-sign loans and fund your lives. I'm crying now. I hate that I'm crying. The debt I didn't tell you about because I didn't want to burden you. Because I'm your mother, and that's what mothers do. We sacrifice silently and hope you'll notice. Mom, my youngest son reaches for me. I step back. Don't. Dr. Harrison is writing something on his clipboard. I see my daughter watching him, eager. What are you writing? I demand. He looks up, startled. Just notes. Notes about my competency? About whether I'm fit to manage my own money? I turn to my children. Is this what you wanted? To humiliate me in my own home? We're trying to protect you, my oldest son insists. From what? From myself? Or from making decisions you don't like? My daughter stands. Her face is hard now. The mask is off. Fine. You want honesty? Here it is. That money should be ours. Dad worked for it. He built this house, and you're keeping it like some kind of tyrant. Your father would want me taken care of. Dad would want his children provided for. She's yelling now. He would hate what you're doing. Don't you dare tell me what your father would want. I'm yelling too. I was married to him for 43 years. I buried him. I held his hand when he died and promised I'd be okay, and you're making me a liar because I'm not okay. I'm alone, and I'm terrified, and all you care about is money. The room goes silent. Dr. Harrison looks like he wants to disappear. My sons won't meet my eyes. My daughter's jaw trembles. For a second I think she might apologize, might see me. Instead, she grabs her purse. We're going, she says coldly. But this isn't over. If you won't accept help willingly, we'll find another way. What does that mean? She doesn't answer, just walks to the door. My oldest son follows. He pauses, looks back. You're going to regret this. I already do, I whisper. But not for the reasons you think. They leave. Dr. Harrison lingers. Ma'am, for what it's worth. He stops, shakes his head. You seem perfectly lucid to me. I'll be documenting that in my report. Will they listen? Probably not. He closes his briefcase. But the truth matters, even when people don't want to hear it. He leaves too. I'm alone again. The house feels bigger than ever, emptier than ever. I sink onto the sofa where my daughter just sat. It's still warm. My phone buzzes. A text from my oldest son. You're making a mistake. Last chance to fix this before we take legal action. My daughter. I'm calling a lawyer Monday. Hope you're happy. My youngest. Mom, please. Can we just talk? Really talk? Without everyone else? I stare at the messages. Then I do something I should have done years ago. I open my settings. And I change the locks on my phone, set up two-factor authentication, update all my passwords. Then I call Patricia. They came, I say when she answers, with a psychiatrist. And he says I'm fine, but they're threatening legal action. Let them try. Patricia's voice is steel. We're ready. Everything's filed. Your estate is protected. They can sue all they want, they won't win. I don't want to go to court against my own children. I know. Her voice softens. But sometimes protecting yourself means accepting that the people who should love you don't. Not the way they should. I look around my empty living room, at the photos on the wall, the life I built, the family I'm losing. What do I do now? I ask. Now? Patricia pauses. Now you live for yourself. For the first time in decades, you choose you. I hang up, sit in the silence. And for the first time since this nightmare started, I don't feel guilty. I feel angry. They wanted a war? Fine. I'll give them one. My phone buzzes one more time. My daughter's name flashes. But it's not a text. It's an email. Subject line: Notice of petition for conservatorship. My blood turns to ice. I open it. Legal language. Court dates. Claims of diminished capacity and financial exploitation by outside parties. They're suing me for control of my own life. I read the petition once, twice, 3 times. Then I forward it to Patricia with one word: help. Her response comes immediately. Already on it. They just made their biggest mistake. See you Monday. We fight. I set the phone down, look at the empty room, and I smile. Because they think I'm weak. They think I'll crumble. But I didn't survive 40 years of sacrifice, 3 years of widowhood, and this week of hell to give up now. They want a war? They're going to lose. I can't sleep. The conservatorship petition sits on my kitchen table like a bomb. 3 a.m. The house creaks. Every sound feels like an accusation. Diminished capacity, financial exploitation, danger to herself. My own children wrote those words about me. I make coffee. My hands shake as I pour. The laptop sits closed in front of me. I've been avoiding it for hours, days maybe. But if they're going to call me incompetent, if they're going to claim I don't know what I'm doing, I need to know what they've been doing. I open the laptop. Start with the easy stuff. Bank statements. I've got access to the old joint accounts from when I helped them out over the years. Most parents close those. I never did. Mistake number 1. Or maybe finally mistake number 1 that works in my favor. My oldest son's account loads first. The one I deposited $30,000 into back in 2015, for his gambling debts, for the men who were supposedly threatening his family. I scroll through the transactions. March 2015. My deposit, $30,000. I keep scrolling. 3 days later, $5,000 withdrawal. ATM, Encore Casino, Boston. My stomach drops. Another withdrawal. $3,000. Mohegan Sunday. Another. I gave him money to pay off gambling debts, and he went straight back to the casinos. Every cent. Gone in 6 weeks. I sit back. Breathe. Keep scrolling. Another deposit. Not from me this time, from his wife. $10,000. Her savings, probably. Gone in a month. Same pattern. Same casinos. A loan payment to me. $2,000. The only payment he ever made. 3 days later, $1,800 withdrawal. Twin River Casino. He used my own money to gamble. I close the account. Open my daughter's. Her wedding account, the one I transferred $47,000 into back in 2008. The wedding that cost exactly $47,000. I remember her showing me the itemized list. The venue, the flowers, the photographer, the cake. I scroll through the withdrawals. Venue, $8,000. That matches. Photographer, $3,500. That matches too. Flowers, $4,000. But then, $12,000 withdrawal. Cash, no description. $8,000 transfer. To her personal account. $6,500. Another cash withdrawal. I added up. The actual wedding expenses, $28,000. She pocketed $19,000. Almost $20,000, she told me, went to her wedding. My hands are shaking so hard I can barely type. I open the email account, the old family one we used to share. I haven't checked it in years. The password still works. I search my daughter's name. Hundreds of emails pop up. I click the first one. From 2008, 2 weeks before the wedding. Mom's covering everything. Can you believe it? We can use the money from your parents for the honeymoon instead? Tahiti, here we come. She lied. She looked me in the eye and lied. I keep reading. Another email. 2015. To her husband. Mom will help with the kitchen remodel. She always does. Just tell her the contractor quoted $30K and she'll write the check. I never helped with a kitchen remodel. Or did I? I check my own bank records. 2015. December. $30,000 withdrawal. Check number 3,847. Memo. Home repairs. I don't remember this. But I see my signature on the scanned check. Did she tell me it was for something else? Did I forget? Or did I just trust her? More emails. From my oldest son, 2019. To someone named Rick. Mom doesn't track where the money goes. She just wants to help. Easy target if you need a short-term loan. Easy target. My vision blurs. I find more. My youngest son. The one who stayed silent during the confrontation. The one I thought might be different. Email from 8 months ago. To a friend. Got fired. Can't tell Sarah, she'll lose it. Mom's been lending me money. She thinks it's for car repairs. Buys me time to find something new. Car repairs. I remember now. He needed $8,000. Some transmission issue. There was no transmission issue. He's been unemployed for 8 months, and I've been funding his lie. I push back from the table. Walk to the sink. Dry heave. Nothing comes up. I haven't eaten in hours. But the nausea won't stop. These aren't my children. These are strangers wearing my children's faces. I return to the laptop. Keep digging. Because if I'm going to court, I need ammunition. I find my oldest son's credit card statements, joint account with his wife. I'm listed as an authorized user left over from when I helped them establish credit years ago. Restaurant charges: $300, $450, $280, multiple times a week. Luxury hotels, weekend getaways. A charge for $4,000, Tiffany & Co. This is the man who told me he was struggling, who said he'd starve if I asked for repayment. My daughter's social media. I don't use Facebook much, but I have an account. I scroll through her photos. Turks and Caicos. Posted 3 months ago. 5-star resort, private villa. Caption: much needed vacation, blessed life. The trip she justified when I asked about her struggling. More photos, designer bags, new furniture, her daughter's birthday party, a bounce house, a petting zoo, a professional photographer. The comments underneath: you deserve it. Living your best life. Goals. I keep scrolling. Find a post from last year. A photo of this house. My house. Caption: can't wait until this is mine someday. So many memories here. Family legacy. 64 likes. Someone commented, inheriting this beauty? You're so lucky. Her response: I know, Mom's already promised it to me. I never promised her anything. I close the laptop. Sit in the dark. The clock says 4:47 a.m. In a few hours, the sun will come up. Life will continue. But nothing will ever be the same. Because I know now. I know what they think of me. What they've always thought of me. A wallet, a resource, an easy target. My phone buzzes on the table. I ignore it. It buzzes again. I look. Email notification. From my oldest son, sent at 4:43 a.m. Subject: we need to talk. I open it. Mom, I know you're upset. I know things got heated, but you're making this so much harder than it needs to be. We're your children. We love you. We're just trying to protect you from making mistakes. The conservatorship is for your benefit. You'll see that eventually. Please don't fight us on this. It'll just cost everyone money and time. Let us help you, David. Let them help me. By taking control of my life. By declaring me incompetent. By protecting me from my own decisions. I hit reply. Type 2 words. I know. Send. His response comes immediately. He's awake too. Waiting. You know what? I attach everything. Every bank statement. Every email. Every credit card charge. Every lie. Every manipulation. Every cent they took while calling me selfish. Then I type, I know what you did. All of you. And come Monday, so will the judge. Send. I turn off my phone. Make more coffee. And wait for the sun to rise. Because I'm done being their easy target. I'm done being their mother, the bank. I'm done sacrificing myself for people who'd sacrifice me first. When the sun finally comes up, I shower. Dress carefully. Professional, but strong. Patricia said to meet her at 9 a.m. We're filing a counter petition. But first, I have one more thing to do. I pull out the folder from the closet, the one I haven't touched in 3 years. My husband's papers, his final wishes, his letters. I find the one marked, to be read if the kids ever need guidance. His handwriting, still familiar after all this time. I open it. My love, if you're reading this, something's happened. The kids are probably fighting, probably about money. I know them. I raised them too. Don't give in. I know you want to. I know you think love means sacrifice. But sacrifice without reciprocation isn't love, it's martyrdom. And I don't want you to be a martyr. You deserve to live, to be happy, to choose yourself. If they can't see that, if they can't respect that, then you did your best. You gave them everything. And sometimes, everything still isn't enough for people who don't know how to be grateful. I love you. Always have, always will. Choose yourself. I'm giving you permission. Robert. My tears fall on the paper, smudge his words. But I read them again. And again. Choose yourself. I fold the letter carefully, put it in my purse. At 8:54 a.m., I pull into Patricia's parking lot. My phone turned back on has 47 new messages. Angry texts from my daughter, defensive emails from my oldest son, a voicemail from my youngest, crying. I don't read them. Don't listen. Instead, I walk into Patricia's office with my folder of evidence. She looks up, sees my face. You found something, she says. I found everything, I reply. I lay it all out on her desk. The bank statements, the emails, the lies, the proof. She reads in silence. Her expression doesn't change, but I see her grip tighten on the papers. This is, she pauses, looks up. This is more than enough. They're claiming you're being financially exploited, but this shows they're the ones who've been exploiting you for years. Can we use it? All of it. She starts organizing the documents. The judge will see a pattern of financial manipulation, of taking advantage of your generosity, of lying to extract money. She meets my eyes. This doesn't just defend you, it destroys their case. Good, I say. And I mean it. Patricia's phone rings. She glances at the caller ID. Frowns. It's opposing counsel, your daughter's lawyer. She looks at me. Want me to take this? Speakerphone, I say. She raises an eyebrow. Impressed. Presses the button. Patricia Chen speaking. A male voice, smooth, professional. Miss Chen, James Morrison here. I represent the Peterson family in the matter of the conservatorship petition. I'm aware. I'm calling as a courtesy. We're hoping to avoid an ugly court battle. If your client would agree to a voluntary assessment and a managed care plan, we could resolve this amicably. Patricia looks at me. I shake my head. My client declines, Patricia says. Miss Chen, with respect, your client is a 67-year-old widow making irrational financial decisions. Her children are concerned. Her children, Patricia interrupts, have been financially exploiting her for over a decade. We have documentation, bank records, email evidence. A pattern of lies and manipulation that would make your clients look very bad in front of a judge. Silence on the other end. Then, I'm sure we can all interpret data differently. There's no interpretation needed. Patricia's voice is ice. Your clients lied about gambling debts, pocketed wedding funds, and have been extracting money under false pretenses for years. And now they want to claim she's incompetent? Please, file your petition. We'll see you in court. She hangs up. Looks at me. Feel better? She asks. Not yet, I say. But I will. I call the meeting this time. My house, my terms, tomorrow at noon. I send 3 separate text messages, not a group chat. I want them each to sweat alone. Be here tomorrow. Noon. Don't bring lawyers, don't bring doctors, just yourselves. We're going to talk. All of it. My daughter responds first. About time you came to your senses. My oldest son. This better not be a waste of time. My youngest. Okay. I'll be there. I don't reply to any of them. Patricia wanted to be here. I told her no. This is between me and them, I said. One last chance for truth. And if they don't take it? Then we bury them in court. Now it's 11:47 a.m. I've set out coffee. No cookies, no snacks. This isn't a social call. The dining room table is covered in folders, each one labeled with a name. 3 folders, 3 children, 3 compilations of lies. My hands are steady as I pour myself coffee. The doorbell rings at 11:52. Early. They're coordinating again. I open the door. All 3 of them stand there, united front, just like before. Except this time, I'm ready. Come in, I say. No hugs, no pleasantries. They file past me into the dining room. Stop when they see the table. The folders, their names in black marker. What's this? My daughter asks. Her voice is careful. Sit down, I say. They exchange glances, but they sit. I remain standing at the head of the table, where their father used to sit. I'm going to talk, I begin. You're going to listen. No interruptions, no excuses. When I'm done, you can respond. Understood? My oldest son crosses his arms. This is dramatic. Understood? I repeat. They nod. Reluctant. Good. I pick up the first folder, my oldest son's name. Let's start with you. I open it. Slide bank statements across the table. 2015. I gave you $30,000 for gambling debts, men threatening your family. Remember? His face pales. Mom. No interruptions. My voice is steel. You took that money. 3 days later, you withdrew $5,000 at Encore Casino, then $3,000 at Mohegan Sunday, then more. And more. Every cent I gave you gone in 6 weeks, back to the casinos. I had a problem. You still have a problem. Just last month, $2,000 at MGM Springfield. I pull out more statements. But you told me you were struggling, that you couldn't pay me back because you'd starve. I slide more papers across. Meanwhile, dinners at $450 each, a $4,000 bracelet from Tiffany's for your wife, 2 Vegas trips, first-class flights. He opens his mouth, closes it. You paid me back $2,000 of the $30,000 you owe. Then you used that money, my money, to gamble more. I lean forward. And now you have the audacity to call me selfish? I was going to pay you back. With what? Your next big win? My voice cracks. You looked me in the eye and lied. For years. I turn to my daughter before he can respond. Pick up her folder. Your turn. Her face is already defensive. Arms crossed. Jaw tight. Your wedding. 2008. You told me it cost $47,000. Showed me itemized lists, cried about how your in-laws backed out. I spread the bank statements like cards. The actual wedding cost $28,000. You pocketed $19,000. That's not. I have every transaction. Venue, $8,000. Photographer, $3,500. But these? I point. $12,000 cash withdrawal. $8,000 transferred to your personal account. You used my money for your honeymoon, for furniture, for whatever you wanted. Her face flushes red. You offered to pay? I offered to pay for your wedding, not to subsidize your lifestyle. I pull out printed emails. Here's you, emailing your husband. Mom's covering everything. We can use your parents' money for Tahiti. She won't meet my eyes. And here's my favorite. I read aloud. Mom will help with the kitchen remodel. She always does. Just tell her the contractor quoted $30K and she'll write the check. I don't remember that. I found the check. December 2015, $30,000. Home repairs. Except it wasn't for my home, was it? I slide the statement across. Your kitchen remodel, the one you told your friends you saved up for. You didn't save anything. I paid for it. Silence. My youngest son is staring at his folder like it might explode. I pick it up. And you? My voice softens, just slightly. I thought you were different. Mom, you lost your job 8 months ago. I open the folder. But you kept coming to me for money. Car repairs, emergency dental work, property taxes. His eyes well up. I was embarrassed. You were lying. To me, to your wife, to everyone. I pull out the emails. Here's you, telling a friend. Mom doesn't ask questions. She just wants to help. He flinches. $8,000 for a transmission that didn't need fixing. $3,500 for dental work you never got. $5,000 for property taxes you already paid. I added up. $16,500 in 8 months, while you were unemployed. I was trying to keep my family together. By lying? By using me? My voice breaks. I would have helped you if you'd been honest. If you'd come to me and said, Mom, I lost my job, I'm scared, I would have been there. Tears run down his face. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't pay back the money. Sorry doesn't erase the lies. I look at all 3 of them. And sorry doesn't change what you tried to do to me. I pull out the conservatorship petition, slam it on the table. This. You think I'm incompetent, that I need to be controlled, protected from myself. My daughter finds her voice. You are being irrational. Irrational? I laugh. It sounds manic. I kept half of my own house money. Money from a house I lived in for 40 years, a house I maintained, that I cleaned and paid for and turned into a home while you were busy planning how to spend your inheritance. That's not fair. Fair? I'm shouting now. You want to talk about fair? I worked 2 jobs when your father's business collapsed. You never noticed because I made sure you didn't have to. I paid for college, for weddings, for your mistakes. I've given you everything. I pull out the final document. My husband's letter. Your father left this, in case something like this happened. My hands shake as I read. Don't give in. Sacrifice without reciprocation isn't love, it's martyrdom. My voice breaks. He knew you'd do this, and he told me to choose myself. The room is silent, except for my ragged breathing. My oldest son speaks first. His voice is cold. So what? You brought us here to humiliate us? I brought you here to give you a choice. What choice? I close all the folders, stack them neatly. You drop the conservatorship petition. You accept the $150,000 each, which is more than generous considering what you've taken from me over the years, and you leave me alone. And if we don't? My daughter asks. Then I take these folders to court. Every bank statement, every email, every lie. I meet her eyes. And I destroy you. Not just the conservatorship case, I'll sue for repayment of every fraudulent loan, every pocketed dollar. I'll make sure everyone knows exactly who you are. You wouldn't. Try me. My oldest son stands. This is blackmail. This is self-defense. I don't back down. You started this. You called me incompetent. You tried to take control of my life. I'm giving you an out. Take it. He looks at his siblings. Some silent communication passes between them. My daughter stands too. Fine, we'll drop the petition. I want it in writing. By tomorrow. Fine. And one more thing. I pull out 3 envelopes, new ones, smaller amounts visible through the paper. These are your new checks, $100,000 each. You said $150,000. That was before you sued me, before the legal fees, before you proved you don't deserve my generosity. I slide them across. Take them or leave them, but this is your final offer. My daughter's face twists. You're unbelievable. I'm done. I cut her off. I'm done being your mother, the ATM. I'm done sacrificing. I'm done pretending we're a family when all you see is my bank account. So that's it? My oldest son's voice is bitter. You're just cutting us off? I'm choosing myself, finally. I look at each of them. If you want a relationship with me, a real one, you'll have to earn it. Not with apologies, not with promises, with time, with effort, with actually seeing me as a person. And if we don't? My daughter asks. Then you get your money and we're done. She grabs her envelope. Fine, we're done. She walks out. My oldest son follows. He doesn't look back. My youngest remains seated, tears streaming down his face. Mom, his voice breaks. I really am sorry. I know I messed up. I know I lied. But I don't want to lose you. Then don't take the money. He looks at the envelope, then at me. What? If you want a relationship with me, actually want one, leave the money. Walk away from it. Show me you're here for me, not my bank account. He stares at the envelope. His hand trembles. I need it. For my family. Then take it. But know what it means. His hand closes around the envelope. I'll pay you back, everything, I promise. Don't make promises you won't keep. My voice is hollow now. Just go. He stands, hesitates. I love you, Mom. If you did, I whisper, you'd stay. He leaves. The door closes. I'm alone. 3 envelopes gone. 3 children gone. The folders remain on the table. Evidence of betrayal. I sink into my chair. And I don't cry. I'm too empty for tears. My phone rings. Patricia. How did it go? she asks. They took the money, I say. All of them. I'm sorry. Don't be. You were right. They showed me who they are. I look at the empty room. I finally believed them. What now? Now we wait. They'll withdraw the petition to get the money. And then you're free. Free. The word should feel good. Instead, it feels like drowning. Thank you, Patricia, for everything. Call me if you need anything. I hang up. Sit in the silence of my empty house. Outside, a car door slams. I look out the window. My youngest son sits in his car. Just sits there, not starting it, not leaving. His head is in his hands. My phone buzzes. A text from him. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to fix this. I stare at the message. Type. You can't. Not today. Maybe not ever. But if you're serious, prove it. Not with words. With time. His response. Can I try? I look at him through the window. Broken. Lost. Like I felt 3 days ago. We'll see, I type. He starts his car. Drives away. I'm alone again. But this time, it feels different. Not like loneliness. Like space. Room to breathe. For the first time in 40 years, I'm not taking care of anyone but myself. And it's terrifying. And it's liberating. And I have no idea what comes next. But it's mine. Whatever comes next, it's finally mine. The petition is withdrawn on Wednesday. Patricia calls at 9:47 a.m. It's done. They filed the dismissal an hour ago. I'm standing in my kitchen, coffee cup halfway to my lips. That's it? That's it. You're free. Free. I hang up and stare at my phone, waiting for relief, for joy. Nothing comes. Just silence. The house is so quiet I can hear the refrigerator humming. 3 days since the confrontation. 3 days of silence from my children. Well, not complete silence. My oldest son sent one text Tuesday morning. The money cleared. We're done here. My daughter sent nothing. Blocked my number apparently. I tried calling once, straight to voicemail. My youngest sends messages every few hours. I'm sorry. Please talk to me. I know I don't deserve it, but I want to try. I haven't responded. Don't know what to say. The checks cleared Monday. $100,000 each. $300,000 gone from my account. I still have $600,000, more than enough to live comfortably. But the number feels hollow. I walk through the house. It's supposed to be packed up by now. The new owners take possession in 3 weeks. But I haven't packed anything. Can't bring myself to start. Every item is a memory. Most of them hurt now. The coffee maker, a Mother's Day gift from my daughter, 10 years ago, before I became a piggy bank. The bookshelf built by my oldest son, 20 years ago, when he still smiled at me without calculation. The photo albums, dozens of them, thousands of pictures of people who don't exist anymore. Or maybe they never existed. Maybe I just imagined the family I wanted instead of seeing the one I had. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. Hello? Hi. Is this? A young woman's voice. Hesitant. Is this Mrs. Peterson? Who's asking? I'm Sarah, your son's wife, your youngest son. I sit down. Sarah. I'm sorry to call. I know things are complicated. But I thought you should know. She pauses, takes a breath. He told me everything. About losing his job, about the money, about lying to both of us. I see. I'm so angry at him. I can't even. We're in counseling now. I don't know if we'll make it. Her voice cracks. But I wanted to call because he's been different since Sunday. Since you confronted him, he's actually being honest. For the first time in months. I don't know what to say. He told me what you said, about proving it with time, not words, Sarah continues. I think that's what he needed to hear, from both of us, that words don't fix betrayal. No, I whisper. They don't. I just wanted you to know. He's trying, really trying. Not for the money he knows that's done, but because he realized what he lost. What did he lose? You. Simple. Direct. He lost his mother, and he's terrified he can't get her back. My eyes burn. He can't. Not the way things were. I know. He knows that too. She pauses. But maybe something new could grow. If you're willing, eventually. I don't know if I am. That's fair. Sarah's voice is gentle. I'm not calling to pressure you. I just thought you should know he's not the same person who took that check. He's broken. And maybe that's what he needed, to break so he could rebuild. We're both quiet. Thank you for calling, I finally say. Thank you for not hanging up on me. She laughs softly. Take care of yourself, okay? You deserve that. She hangs up. I sit with the phone in my hand. My youngest is broken. Good. The thought should make me feel vindicated. Instead, I just feel tired. Days blur together. I start packing. Slowly. One box at a time. The movers are scheduled for 2 weeks from now. The closing is 3 days after that. I'm moving to a condo downtown. 2 bedrooms. Modern. Nothing like this house. No memories there. That's the point. Patricia stops by on Friday with more papers, final documentation, estate updates. How are you holding up? She asks, watching me wrap dishes in newspaper. I'm fine. That's what everyone says when they're not fine. I set down a plate. Look at her. I won, right? I protected myself, kept my money, proved I wasn't incompetent. Yes. So why does it feel like I lost everything? Patricia sits at the kitchen table, the same table where this all started. Because winning isn't always victory. Sometimes it's just survival. I don't feel like I survived. I feel like I died and nobody noticed. Your children would say they noticed. My children proved they never actually saw me at all. I go back to wrapping dishes, just my wallet. Patricia pulls out a folder. Before I forget, your will is updated. Everything's in order. In the event of your death, your assets will be distributed to your grandchildren directly, in trust. They won't get access until they're 25. Good. Your children aren't mentioned at all. Also good. She hesitates. You know they'll contest it. Let them. You said the paperwork is airtight. It is, but it'll be ugly. Everything's already ugly. I wrap another plate. It's my wedding china. I should keep it. Can't bring myself to care. At least this way, my grandchildren might have a chance. Might learn the value of money before it ruins them. And if your children never speak to you again? I stop wrapping. They're already not speaking to me. My daughter blocked my number. My oldest son sends one-word texts when he needs something which he won't anymore. My youngest, I don't know. Maybe he's different. Maybe he's just better at pretending. You don't believe that. I don't know what I believe anymore. Patricia stands, puts a hand on my shoulder. You believe you deserve better. That's why you're here. That's why you fought. I'm 67 years old. My husband is dead. My children hate me. I'm packing up 40 years of my life into boxes. My voice breaks. Tell me what I won. Yourself, Patricia says quietly. You won yourself back. She leaves. I stand in my empty kitchen surrounded by boxes and think about what she said. Won myself back. Like I was lost. Maybe I was. My phone buzzes. I ignore it. It buzzes again. And again. Finally, I look. My youngest son. Mom, please, can we just talk? 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. I stare at the message. Type, not yet. His response is immediate. When? I don't know. When I can look at you without seeing every lie. That's fair, I'll wait, as long as it takes. I don't respond. Set the phone down. Keep packing. The doorbell rings on Sunday. I'm not expecting anyone. I look through the peephole. My youngest son stands there, alone. No car in the driveway, he must have walked. It's 3 miles from his house. He's holding something. A photo album. I open the door. Don't invite him in. I know you said not yet, he starts. But I was going through old pictures and I found this. I thought you might want it. For the move. He holds out the album. It's ancient. From when the kids were little. I take it. Open it. The first page. All 3 kids at the beach. My oldest is maybe 8. My daughter is 5. My youngest is 3, covered in sand, laughing. I'm in the photo too. Younger, smiling, actually smiling. I forgot about this, I whisper. I did too. We were happy then, weren't we? You were children. You didn't have bank accounts yet. He flinches. I deserve that. You deserve worse than that. I know. He shoves his hands in his pockets. I'm not here to ask for forgiveness. I know that's going to take, I don't even know, years, maybe never. Then why are you here? Because I found something else. He pulls out a folded paper. I wrote this. I was 10. It was for Mother's Day. He unfolds it. Childish handwriting, crayon drawings. My mom is the best, because she makes me feel safe. She works hard so we can have everything. When I grow up, I want to be just like her, strong and kind. I love you, Mom. I can't breathe. I forgot I wrote that, he says. His voice is thick. I forgot who you were, who I wanted to be. He wipes his eyes. I became the opposite, weak, dishonest, taking instead of giving. Yes, I say. You did. I can't undo it. I know that. But I can. I can try to be better. Not for you. For me. For my kids. So they don't grow up to be like I became. Words, I say. You're good at words. I know. That's why I'm not asking you to believe me. Just asking you not to completely give up on me. He backs away. That's all. I'll go now. He turns to leave. Wait, I hear myself say. He stops. The album. There are more. In the attic. If you want to help me pack them, you can. He turns back, hope and fear warring on his face. Really? 1 hour, that's all. And we're not talking about money or the past or any of it. Just packing. Okay. His voice breaks. Okay. Thank you. I let him in. We go to the attic. Work in silence. He finds boxes of albums, holiday decorations, baby clothes I couldn't throw away. You kept all of this, he says, holding up his first pair of shoes. Of course I did. You're my son. Even after everything? You're still my son. I just don't know what that means anymore. We pack for an hour, barely talking. But it's not hostile silence. It's just silence. When time's up, he carries 3 boxes down to the living room. Thank you, I say at the door. Can I come back? Help more? With packing, moving, whatever you need? I'll think about it. Okay. He hesitates. I love you, Mom. I don't say it back. Can't. He nods, understands, and leaves. I close the door. Look at the photo album still in my hand. The happy family that used to be. Maybe it can never be that again. But maybe something new could grow. Or maybe I'm just a lonely old woman desperate for connection. I don't know. What I do know, I'm not giving in. I'm not going back to being the bank. If he wants back in my life, he'll earn it. And if he doesn't, if they don't, then I'll be okay. Alone, but okay. Patricia's words echo. You won yourself back. I look around my half-packed house. At the life I'm dismantling. The family I lost. The future that's uncertain. And for the first time in weeks, I think I might actually survive this. Not just survive. Maybe even live. It's 11:43 p.m. when my doorbell rings. I'm already in bed, reading, trying to pretend sleep will come. It doesn't anymore. Hasn't for weeks. The doorbell rings again. Insistent. Then pounding. Mom! Mom, please! My youngest son's voice. Panicked. I grab my robe, rush downstairs, my heart hammering. Throw open the door. He's soaking wet. It's pouring rain. When did that start? His face is blotchy, red. He's been crying for hours. What happened? Are the kids okay? Sarah? They're fine, everyone's. His voice breaks. Can I come in, please? I step aside. He stumbles in, dripping on the hardwood, shaking. Sit down, I'll get towels. I don't need towels. He sinks onto the sofa, puts his head in his hands. I need to tell you the truth, all of it, before I lose my nerve. I sit in the chair across from him, pull my robe tighter. Okay, I say carefully. He looks up. His eyes are devastated. It was Susan, all of it. She orchestrated everything. My stomach drops. What do you mean? The conservatorship, the intervention, everything. He's talking fast now, words tumbling out like confession. She called us 3 months ago, before you even listed the house, said we needed a plan. A plan for what? For making sure we got what we deserved. That's how she said it. What we deserve. He laughs bitterly. She'd been researching estate law, conservatorship procedures. She had it all mapped out. I feel cold. Keep talking. She said you were getting older, making bad decisions, that we needed to establish a pattern of incompetence before you did something stupid with your money. He wipes his face. I didn't want to listen. But David was all in immediately. He owed money everywhere. Casinos, loan sharks. He saw dollar signs. And you? I was terrified. I'd just lost my job. Sarah didn't know. I was drowning. His voice cracks. Susan said you'd never help me if you knew the truth. That I needed to play along, keep you thinking everything was fine until we could secure the assets. Secure the assets. My children. Talking about me like a business deal. The wedding money, I say. She knew she pocketed it. She bragged about it, said you were too trusting, that it was easy money because you never asked questions. He looked sick. David laughed, said he did the same thing with the gambling debts. They thought it was funny. How naive you were. Each word is a knife. And when I decided to keep half the house money? Susan lost it, called an emergency meeting without you, said you were being manipulated, probably by Patricia, that we needed to act fast before you signed everything away to strangers. He's crying now. She drafted the conservatorship petition herself, paid a lawyer to file it, told us it was the only way to protect you, and ourselves. You believed her. I wanted to. God, I wanted to believe we were helping you, that this was about keeping you safe. He shakes his head. But after the confrontation, after you showed us everything you knew, I couldn't pretend anymore. So what changed? Why are you here now? He pulls out his phone, hands it to me with shaking hands. A group text, him and his siblings. I scroll up, read from the beginning. My oldest son, Mom's not backing down. The old bat actually hired a real lawyer. My daughter, doesn't matter. We push forward. If the conservatorship fails, we try incompetency. If that fails, we challenge the will when she dies. My youngest, this feels wrong. Maybe we should just accept the 100K and move on. My daughter, are you kidding? That's our money. She has no right to keep it. Dad would have wanted us to have it. My youngest, but Dad's letter. My daughter, was obviously written when he wasn't thinking clearly. He was dying. People say things. My oldest son, Michael, are you with us or not? My youngest, I don't know anymore. My daughter, then you're against us, and if you're against us, you're dead to this family. Choose. I look up. My hands are shaking. I chose you, he whispers. I told them I was done, that I couldn't do this anymore. When? 2 hours ago, Susan called me screaming, said I was a traitor, that I was choosing a bitter old woman over my own family. His voice breaks. David said if I walked away, I was dead to him, that I'd regret it when you died and they got everything. And what did you say? I said. He stops, swallows hard. I said they could have the money, all of it, because I'd rather be broke and have a soul than rich and be whatever they've become. I stare at him, searching for the lie, the manipulation. Susan called me after, he continues. One last time, said you'd poisoned me against them, that you'd convinced me to be your little spy. He laughs hollowly. I told her you didn't have to convince me of anything, that I had eyes, that I'd watched them plan to destroy you and finally saw them for who they are. What did she say? She said, fine, Enjoy your inheritance. Hope it's worth losing your family. He looks at me. I told her I already lost my family. Years ago, when we stopped seeing you as a person. I can't speak. I'm not here for forgiveness, he says. I'm not here to ask for another chance. I'm here because… His voice breaks completely. Because you're my mom. And I forgot that. And they're still forgetting it. And I needed you to know that at least one of us remembers. I set his phone down. My hands are trembling too hard to hold it. The check, I finally say. You took the $100,000. I did, and I spent it. My heart sinks. Of course. I paid you back. He pulls out another paper. Bank transfer confirmation, $16,500. Every cent I borrowed under false pretenses. It's not enough, I know that. But it's a start. I take the paper, stare at it. The rest? Paid off the mortgage. Sarah and I decided no more secrets, no more lies. We told the kids the truth, that Daddy made mistakes, that we have to rebuild. He wipes his eyes. They're 7 and 9. They don't understand. But someday they will, and when they do, I want them to know I tried to make it right. Why should I believe you? You shouldn't. Simple. Direct. I've done nothing to earn your trust. But I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to let me prove it. Over time, over years, if that's what it takes. And if I say no, then I'll still try to be better. For my kids, for Sarah, for myself. He stands. But I hope you don't, because I miss you, not your money, you. I want to believe him. God, I want to. Your sister will never forgive you for this. I know. Your brother will cut you off completely. He already did, blocked my number before I got here. They'll tell everyone you're a traitor, that you abandoned them. Let them. His voice is steady now. I'd rather be alone and honest than together and rotten. I stand. Face him. You took my money. You lied to my face. You sided with them when they tried to destroy me. Yes. You broke my heart. I know. Tears stream down his face. And I'll spend the rest of my life trying to make up for it, if you'll let me. I look at this man, my baby, 42 years old and still my baby. Broken, soaked, desperate, honest, finally honest. I don't forgive you, I say. He nods, accepts it. But I'll let you try to earn it. His head snaps up, hope flickers. Really? One condition. Anything. No more lies. Ever. About anything. If you lie to me once, even once, we're done. Forever. I swear on my children. Your children are the only reason I'm giving you this chance. I step closer. Because they deserve a father who knows how to be better. And I refuse to let your mistakes cost them the way yours cost me. He breaks, sobs openly. Thank you, God, thank you. I don't hug him. Can't. Not yet. Go home. Get dry. Tell Sarah I appreciate what she's doing, keeping you honest. I will. And next Sunday, if you want, you can come help me pack. Bring the kids. I'd like to see them. They'd love that. He backs toward the door. Mom? Yes? I don't deserve this. I know I don't. No, I agree. You don't. But maybe that's what grace is. Giving people what they don't deserve because everyone needs a second chance. Even after everything? Especially after everything. I open the door. Rain still pours. Because if I've learned anything from this nightmare, it's that holding on to anger only destroys me. Not you, me. He steps into the rain, turns back. I love you. This time, I say it back. I love you too, but love isn't enough. Prove you've changed. I will. I promise. Don't promise, just do it. He nods and leaves. I close the door. Stand in the quiet of my house. 1 son returned, 2 still lost. Patricia would say I'm being foolish, that I'm setting myself up for more pain. Maybe I am, but I meant what I said. Everyone deserves a second chance. Even me. I gave myself a second chance when I kept the money. Now I'm giving my youngest son a second chance to be the person he wants to be. Whether he takes it, that's up to him. My phone buzzes. A text from my daughter. Heard you got to Michael, poisoned him against us. You're pathetic. When you die alone, remember it's your fault. I delete it without responding. Block her number. Then, my oldest son's number. I only keep my youngest's contact. One child. Maybe that's all I get. Maybe that's enough. I go back to bed. Pick up my book. But I don't read. Instead, I think about Sunday, about my grandchildren running through this house one last time, about packing boxes with my son while he proves he's changed, about the possibility, small, fragile, terrifying, that maybe family isn't completely lost, just transformed, different, smaller, but real. For the first time since this started, I feel something other than anger or grief. I feel hope, tiny, uncertain, but there. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough to build on. Outside, the rain stops. The house settles into silence. And I finally sleep. The courthouse smells like old paper and broken families. I sit beside Patricia on a wooden bench outside courtroom 4, Monday morning, 9:47 a.m. They're late, Patricia says, checking her watch. Maybe they're not coming. Oh, they're coming. Your daughter doesn't back down. She's right. At 9:52, I hear heels clicking down the hallway. My daughter rounds the corner, designer suit, perfect hair. Her lawyer beside her, the smooth-voiced one from the phone call. My oldest son follows. He looks tired, older than I remember. They don't look at me. Walk right past like I'm invisible. I thought they withdrew the petition. I whisper to Patricia. They did. This is the hearing for your countersuit. She pats the folder on her lap. Recovery of fraudulent loans. Remember? I'd almost forgotten. After the conservatorship was dropped, Patricia filed her own petition, demanding repayment of every documented loan. With interest, total amount, $127,500. My daughter finally looks at me. Her eyes are ice. This is really what you want? To destroy your own children? I don't answer. Patricia does. Your mother wants what she's owed, nothing more. She gave us that money freely. Under false pretenses, Patricia cuts in, which makes it fraud. The courtroom doors open. A bailiff calls out, Peterson family matter, Judge Whitmore presiding. We file in. The courtroom is small, not like TV, just a judge's bench, 2 tables, some chairs. Judge Whitmore is a woman, late 50s, reading glasses. She looks at us over the frames like a disappointed teacher. Everyone here? She asks. Yes, Your Honor, Patricia says. My daughter's lawyer stands. James Morrison, representing the Peterson children, Your Honor. The Peterson children? Judge Whitmore's eyebrow raises. How old are these children? 47, 44, and 42, Your Honor. So, adults. She flips through papers. Let's proceed. Miss Chen, you're claiming your client's adult children defrauded her? Patricia stands. Yes, Your Honor. We have extensive documentation. Loans obtained through false representation. Money given for stated purposes but used for others. A pattern spanning over a decade. Mr. Morrison? He stands smoothly. Your Honor, this is simply a family dispute. A mother experiencing buyer's remorse over gifts she freely gave. Trying to weaponize the legal system against her children because they disagreed with her financial decisions. They're not gifts if they're obtained through lies, Patricia counters. Judge Whitmore holds up a hand. I'll determine what they are. Miss Chen, present your evidence. Patricia opens the folder, slides documents across to the judge. 2015. The defendant, David Peterson, requested $30,000 from his mother for gambling debts. Claimed men were threatening his family. We have text messages where he makes these representations. She shows them on a screen. My son's words blown up for everyone to see. Mom, I'm in trouble. Real trouble. They're going to hurt Sarah and the kids if I don't pay. Please, I'll pay you back. I swear. Judge Whitmore reads. Looks at my oldest son. Is this accurate? He shifts. I was going through a difficult time. Yes or no? Did you tell your mother men were threatening your family? Yes. But, and were they? Silence. Mr. Peterson, were men threatening your family? No, he admits quietly. But I did have gambling debts. Which you paid off with your mother's money. Patricia projects the bank statements. He deposited the full $30,000 on March 15, 2015. 3 days later, he withdrew $5,000 at Encore Casino. Over the next 6 weeks, he gambled away the entire amount. The judge's expression hardens. So you lied to obtain money, then used it to continue gambling. I had a problem. That's not what I asked. She turns to Patricia. Next. Patricia pulls up my daughter's records. 2008. Defendant Susan Martinez requested $47,000 for her wedding, showed her mother an itemized budget. The actual wedding cost $28,000. She pocketed $19,000. My daughter's lawyer objects. Your Honor, money given for a wedding is a gift. How it's spent is irrelevant. It's relevant if it's obtained through misrepresentation, Judge Whitmore says. Miss Martinez, did you tell your mother the wedding cost $47,000? My daughter lifts her chin. I showed her a budget. Did you tell her that was the cost? Yes. But, and did you pocket nearly $20,000 of that money? Silence. Answer the question. Yes. Defiant. But she offered to pay. I didn't force her. No one's claiming you forced her. The claim is you lied about what you needed the money for. The judge looks at more documents. And here, 2015. $30,000 for a kitchen remodel. Except the remodel was for your kitchen, not your mother's. She knew. Did she? Judge Whitmore looks at me for the first time. Mrs. Peterson, did you know you were paying for your daughter's kitchen? I stand. My legs shake. No, Your Honor. She told me the contractor found problems with my foundation, that I needed immediate repairs or the house would have structural damage. My daughter's face flushes. That's not. Do you have evidence you told your mother that? The judge asks. My daughter looks at her lawyer. He shakes his head. Sit down, Miss Martinez. Patricia continues. Every loan, every lie, every false representation. The courtroom is silent except for her voice and the clicking of documents on the screen. My oldest son stares at the table. My daughter's jaw gets tighter and tighter. When Patricia finishes, Judge Whitmore removes her glasses, rubs her eyes. In 30 years on the bench, I've seen a lot of family disputes, inheritances, property, guardianship. She looks at my children. But this might be the most clear-cut case of financial exploitation I've seen. Your Honor, Morrison starts. I'm not finished. Her voice is sharp. You want to call this a family matter? Fine. It's a family matter where adult children systematically lied to their elderly mother to extract money. Then, when she tried to protect herself, filed a conservatorship petition to gain control of her assets. We withdrew that petition. Because you knew you'd lose. Because a court-ordered psychiatrist found her perfectly competent. She flips through more papers. And now you're here claiming she's weaponizing the legal system? She's using it exactly as intended, to recover money obtained through fraud. Morrison tries again. Your Honor, with respect, families lend each other money all the time. With false pretenses, with lies, with deliberate misrepresentation. Judge Whitmore shakes her head. These aren't loans between family members, these are cons. The word lands like a bomb. My daughter stands. How dare you? Sit down. The judge's voice is steel. My daughter sits. Judge Whitmore looks at Patricia. You're seeking full repayment plus interest. What's the total? $127,500, Your Honor. And you have documentation for every transaction? Every one. The judge looks at my children. Do you dispute any of these amounts, any of the representations your mother claims you made? Morrison whispers with my daughter and oldest son. Finally, no, Your Honor. But we dispute that they constitute fraud. I don't. Judge Whitmore cuts him off. Judgment for the plaintiff. Full amount plus interest. $127,500. Payment plan acceptable. Defendants will submit a proposal within 30 days. Your Honor, my daughter is on her feet. We don't have that kind of money. You had it when you took it from your mother. Figure it out. She bangs the gavel. And one more thing. Everyone freezes. I'm ordering a full accounting of all financial transactions between the Peterson family members for the past 15 years. If there are additional instances of fraud, the district attorney's office will be notified. My daughter's face goes white. That's all. We're adjourned. The gavel bangs again. Judge Whitmore stands. Leaves. The courtroom empties in silence. My daughter grabs her purse, storms out without looking at me. My oldest son lingers, looks at me across the room. Are you happy now? His voice is cold. You got your money back. You humiliated us in court. You won. I didn't want to win, I say quietly. I wanted you to tell the truth. The truth? He laughs bitterly. The truth is you were a mother once. Now you're just a vindictive old woman who values money over family. I valued family over money for 40 years. Where did it get me? He doesn't answer, just leaves. Patricia packs her briefcase. That went better than expected. Did it? You'll get your money back, and they're on notice one more stunt, and they face criminal charges. She looks at me. You protected yourself, completely. Then why do I feel like this? Like what? Like I just buried my children. Patricia's expression softens. Because in a way, you did. The children you thought you had, they're gone. Maybe they never existed. And that's a grief no courtroom can fix. We walk out together. In the hallway, my youngest son is waiting. I came to support you, he says, but they wouldn't let me in. Family only on each side. You're not on their side? No. Simple. Certain. I'm on yours. Patricia excuses herself. Leaves us alone. My son looks toward the exit where his siblings left. After lunch, the kids run ahead to the playground across the street. Sarah follows them, gives us space. My son and I walk slowly. Have you heard from them? I finally ask. He knows who I mean. David texted last week, asked if I'd come to my senses yet. What'd you say? Nothing. Deleted it. He's quiet for a moment. Susan sent a Christmas card to Sarah. Not me, just her. Said she hoped we'd remember what family means someday. That must hurt. It does. But not as much as I thought it would. He watches his kids on the swings. I thought losing them would destroy me. But I lost myself years ago. I'm just finding me again. And Sarah? She's incredible. Patient. Holds me accountable. He smiles. She talks to you, you know, when I'm not around. I know. She calls every Sunday. What do you talk about? You. Mostly. How you're doing. Whether you're staying honest. I pause. Whether I'm healing. Are you? I watch Emma push Jack on the swing. Higher and higher. Their laughter carries on the wind. I'm trying, I say. Some days are harder than others. Do you miss them? Susan and David? I miss who I thought they were. Who they were when they were young, before money poisoned everything. I sit on a bench. But the people they became? No. I don't miss being used. He sits beside me. I paid off another $5,000 this month, toward what I owe you. The court ordered $127,500 split 3 ways. My youngest insisted on paying his full share $42,500 even though he wasn't named in the judgment. You don't have to. Yes, I do. I stole from you. I'm paying it back. All of it. His jaw sets, even if it takes 10 years. It might. I know. But I'll do it, because that's what integrity looks like. Something I forgot for a long time. We sit in silence, watching the kids play. Your father would be proud of you, I finally say, of who you're becoming. His eyes water. You think so? I know so. He wrote me a letter. Before he died, told me not to let you kids take advantage. Said some people never learn to be grateful. I take his hand. But he also said people can change if they want to badly enough. I want to. I know. I see it every Tuesday, every phone call, every honest conversation. I squeeze his hand. You're not the man who took that check. Not anymore. I'm trying not to be. That's all anyone can do. Try. Emma runs over. Grandma, come push me. Daddy pushes too high. I stand. Too high? There's no such thing. I push her on the swings. She shrieks with delight. Behind me, I hear my son talking to Sarah. Their voice is low, loving. And I think, this is enough. This is more than enough. That night, I'm home. Reading. Glass of wine beside me. My phone buzzes. Email notification. I almost ignore it. Then I see the sender. Patricia Chen. Subject. Court update. Peterson case. I open it. Just received notice. Susan and David filed for bankruptcy. They're claiming they can't pay the judgment. Court is reviewing. Thought you should know. Call me tomorrow. P. I read it twice. Bankruptcy. They'd rather destroy their credit than pay me back. I should be angry. Should feel betrayed all over again. Instead, I just feel sad. Sad that it came to this. That they chose this. I close my laptop, finish my wine. Tomorrow I'll call Patricia. We'll figure out next steps, legal options. But tonight, I just sit in my quiet condo and accept what is. My daughter will never apologize. My oldest son will never change. They'll tell everyone I'm the villain, the cruel mother who destroyed her family over money. And I can't control that narrative. All I can control is who I am, how I move forward. I choose peace over revenge, healing over bitterness, my remaining family over the ghosts of what I lost. Sunday morning, my doorbell rings. I'm not expecting anyone. I look through the peephole. My youngest son, Emma, and Jack beside him. They're holding something. I open the door. What's this? We made you something, Emma says shyly. Jack holds up a poster board, covered in drawings, photos, stickers. At the top, in crayon, our family tree. But it's not a traditional tree. It's just 4 figures. Me, my son, Emma, Jack. See? Emma points. This is us, our real family. Daddy said families are the people who show up, Jack adds. And you always show up. My throat tightens. My son's eyes are red. We wanted you to know you're not alone. You have us. Always. I can't speak. Can only pull them inside. Hug them all. Thank you, I finally whisper. This is the most beautiful thing anyone's ever given me. Better than money? Emma asks. So much better than money. We hang it in my living room, right above the fireplace. A family of 4. Small, imperfect, but ours. And as I look at this simple crayon drawing made with love, I realize I did win. Not in court, not with money. I won something better. I won myself back, my dignity, my peace. And I won one child who chose truth over comfort. That's more than most people get. 3 months later, I'm at the park with Emma and Jack. They're feeding ducks, laughing when the ducks fight over bread. An older woman sits beside me on the bench. Your grandchildren? She asks. Yes. Beautiful. How many do you have? The question catches me off guard. I could say 4. Include Susan's 2 daughters I haven't seen in months. But that would be a lie. 2, I say. These 2. You're lucky. I watch Emma throw bread too far, Jack running after it. I am. I agree. Very lucky. The woman leaves. I stay, watching, smiling. My phone buzzes. A text from my son. Sarah and I were talking. We want to take you on vacation. Just us, the beach. Next month, our treat. What do you say? I type back. I'd love that. His response is immediate. Great. The kids are already picking out your swimsuit. Fair warning. It might have unicorns. I laugh out loud. Unicorns are perfect, I reply. I put my phone away. The sun is warm, the ducks are ridiculous. My grandchildren are happy. And I am, for the first time in so long, content. Not because everything worked out perfectly. Because I chose myself. Because I set boundaries. Because I learned that love shouldn't cost you your dignity. And because, in the end, one real relationship is worth more than a dozen fake ones. My daughter and oldest son made their choice. I made mine. And I'm finally at peace with it. Emma runs back to me. Grandma, we're out of bread. Can we get ice cream? Absolutely. Even though it's almost dinner? Especially because it's almost dinner. Grandmas are allowed to break rules. Jack cheers. We walk to the ice cream shop, hand in hand. And as we walk, I think about the letter my husband left me. Choose yourself. I'm giving you permission. I did, Robert. I finally did. And you were right. It doesn't make me selfish. It makes me free. The ice cream shop is crowded. Kids everywhere. Families laughing. We order. Emma gets chocolate. Jack gets strawberry. I get vanilla. Simple. Sweet. Perfect. Grandma? Emma asks, chocolate already on her face. Are you happy? I look at her. At Jack. At the life I'm building from the ruins of what I lost. Yes, sweetheart, I say honestly. I really, truly am. And for the first time in 40 years, I mean it.